There were a lot of times in my lifting career where I just felt really discouraged. Ranging from failures to injuries, there were a lot of times where I just told myself I should just quit lifting seriously, or maybe I should just lift for fun. I should just chase the pump instead of powerlift. I struggle to meet a lot of competitive standards, and even more, I struggle to meet standards that I hold myself to. A few years back, I competed at USA PLO Nationals, where I paid thousands of dollars out of my own pocket to compete at this meet. For context, I was a 19-year-old college student. I didn't have that much money. So I really cared about this sport, and I cared about my success. Even my oldest brother booked a ticket to Georgia to watch me lift live. I had a few friends plan to take time out of their day to watch the live stream when I compete. So I felt a lot of pressure. I really wanted to succeed, and I wanted it bad. So what I did is I trained my ass off. I trained harder than I ever did before, and I hit numbers in training I never thought I'd achieve. But come competition day, I failed all but 3 attempts. That put me at a 3 for 9 meet, which if you don't know, that's a really bad performance. And I remember that night, I was in the hotel. I was just like, man, I trained so hard for this. I had people pay money out of their own pocket to watch me lift. I had people take time out of their day to watch me lift. And I couldn't even put up a good performance. I couldn't even get more than 3 lifts. I failed all my openers, and I had to get it on my second attempt. And then to make up ground to try take a 3rd place or a 2nd place or whatever place, I jumped to a really big 3rd attempt, and I failed all of that. And to me, it was really embarrassing because I was just hyping myself up and telling myself I'm going to succeed, and I didn't. And what I did that night is I went through all of my Instagram posts, all of my training posts, and I deleted it because to me, that was all failure. To me, no matter how successful those training sessions were, it was all a failure because I didn't succeed on the day that mattered. I was really discouraged, and after that meet, I took a week break from training. My body was beat, and I was just mentally not there when it came to lifting. I just thought to myself that I sacrificed so much, and I sacrificed so much time, I sacrificed so much money, I sacrificed so much effort, etc., for me to just come up short. And I just thought to myself, man, maybe I shouldn't compete, and maybe I shouldn't just put this standard on myself because I never meet. But that 1 week passes, I start feeling okay again. I continue to train, and I decided that maybe I shouldn't compete in the 66 kilo or 145 pound weight class anymore. So I decided to bulk up to the 74 kilo class, and a few months later, I quote unquote debuted as a 74 kilo lifter, and I did really well. I went 8 for 9 that meet and only failed my 3rd attempt bench because they called a red light on my butt for coming off the bench. I was at a high, and I was so excited to see where I would go as a 74 kilo lifter. Fast forward another 2 years, and I decided to compete at bench nationals as a 74 kilo lifter. I won my division, but that's nothing to really brag about because it was just a 74 kilo division, and it was highly separated, so there was only 4 other lifters, which, in my opinion, kind of takes away from the title of Junior Bench Press National Champion because it just wasn't that competitive. Nonetheless, I was still really happy to have won the competition and claimed the title of 2018 Junior Bench Press National Champion. And I was still really happy to be considered one of the best 74 kilo junior bench pressers in the nation, for the time at least. And again, I was at a high, but just a few months later, I competed at a collegiate meet. There, I had a really mediocre performance, and again, not a performance that I really hold myself to. I went 6 for 9, failing all of my 3rd attempts, and I was only able to muster out a small total PR. I felt really discouraged because it's been 2 years since I did a full power meet, and I was still not able to put up a performance that I was happy with. And now fast forward to just today, a few hours ago. I had one of the most frustrating sessions of my life, and many times I look back on my progress over the years, and I just think, man, I did not progress that much. I feel really discouraged because I don't meet the standards that I hold myself to, and I don't really meet competitive standards either. For example, today I had a lot of trouble hitting depth on my squat, and even subsequent sets, they got better, but the weight felt so heavy on my back, and it's usually weight that should not feel that heavy on my back. I got so frustrated with myself that I started experimenting with different forms. I tried squatting in heels, I tried squatting in flats, I tried pointing my feet in different angles, I tried going wider, I tried going closer, and no matter what, I just couldn't hit depth. And to add to that, it just felt so heavy on my back. I felt so terrible, and I kept trying and trying, and eventually I even failed a squat. I failed a 440 squat, and when I failed it, I thought to myself, damn, how can I fail this weight? I've been working in this range for years. And that's when it hit me that I haven't really progressed all that much. I've been working within the mid 400s, the low 400s for almost 2 to 3 years now, and I just haven't reached the progress that I want. And I got so down on myself and discouraged that I just started thinking maybe I should stop lifting so seriously. Maybe powerlifting is not meant for me. Maybe I should just, again, chase the pump, lift for fun, and not compete in powerlifting anymore. A lot of my followers ask if I ever thought of quitting. And yes, I have thought of quitting many times. Just a few hours ago, I thought about quitting. I thought about never doing this again and just switching paths. But I will tell you right now, I won't quit. You could see from all the stories I just told that I get really discouraged at times, and I cry, I scream, I complain, I bitch, I moan, whatever. But at the end of the day, I will get back to work and I won't quit. Just like any goal in life, there will be speed bumps along the way. And what's most important is that you keep grinding, even at times where you're feeling really discouraged.